Should be recording now, is it?
Yes, I see it popped up.
Okay, it's all yours.
All right, thank you. Welcome everybody, and thank you all for your patience. This is the Parks, Recreation, Sanitation, and Environmental Protection Committee. Today is Wednesday, March 11th, 2026. The time now is 7:15 p.m. In the office here,
I have this Dwayne Williams.
Jacqueline Lutnick.
Debbie Kowalik,
Dio Taylor.
and online is Lisa Soto. We also have from Parks, Charles Andrus. Did I pronounce your name correctly? Okay, review of the meeting minutes. We were just looking over the minutes, and any errors were just recently corrected and updated. Let me see. Oh, we didn't have a conduct statement. I'm sorry. Conduct statement. Community Board 11 meeting must be held in a professional and hassle-free environment. The following rules of conduct are applicable to members of the public, Community Board 11, and Community Board 11 staff. Any action or behavior that disrupts or interferes with Community Board 11 business will not be tolerated during any Community Board 11 meeting and may result in individuals being asked to leave. If the action or behavior continues, this may be considered disturbing the peace, and the appropriate authorities may be summoned. If the meeting is held remotely, the person may be muted or expelled for the remainder. Repeated violations by the same person or group of people may result in further actions by the community board. All public speakers must address the full board or the committee with their concerns. Electioneering for a position other than an officer of Community Board 11 is prohibited. Engaging in acts of violence, including threats, are grounds for immediate suspension of the right to attend meetings pending review by the Bylaws Committee. Respect the equality, diversity, and privacy of all people by respecting and valuing differences of cultures and opinion. Refrain from unpleasant and disparaging remarks and any other action. Abstain from all forms of harassment by actively discouraging it. Disseminating false information is prohibited. We now actually officially have quorum. Junior walked in. Okay, so Lisa, if we need to be voting on, we can vote. So just letting you know. Okay, all right, New York State DOT project D90059. That was the Sagamore, that Sagamore Street thing. Yeah, we got it. We got an reply from Rolando from DOT, and this is the current answer from them right now. We developed an alternative solution using the existing Birchall Avenue entrance to the park facility, Parks facility. NYPD is on board with this solution, and Parks indicated that they would be as well. But we're working out one final detail with them. And they want a sidewalk from their facility to the shared use path. This solution would require less tree removal and would be away from the residential buildings. Once we have a concurrence from Parks, we'd move on the direct to design build on the changes. Hope this helps. Rolando.
Oh.
So, that's the update on the DOT project.
Can I just ask questions for the record?
Yes.
I would like for Rolando to, as soon as possible, say when they will conduct a walkthrough for the community with this new,
So we still want to walk through
and there's
the diagram.
in a diagram, and there's one other question I have. Yeah, can they show a rough draft of the diagram? And, okay, yeah. Diagram itself. And then also for the record, Jeremy wants us to state who's absent.
Okay. Absent currently is Janice Padera and Joe Thompson are the current absentees. Okay.
Wait, Debbie, I'm sorry, quick question on what you were just speaking about. Is that the project that we were talking about at the last meeting of the pathway off of the Bronx River Parkway?
By the Bronx River.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure I understood what it was.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay, I remember now. All right, thanks.
Yeah. I know, because it's like when it was said with this number, I was like, what? But yeah, it's the thing over by Runnicor and Highway 1. Okay, snow removal responsibilities. I'm wanting to know if Charles would have any answers on some certain locations that were brought to our attention. And yes, I understand the snow this year was obscene. But to put it mildly, but we want to know, because these particular sidewalks were done in the Pelham Parkway area, they were done with the Pelham Parkway project. The fixing of the Pelham Parkway project. There's what a lot of people call the sidewalk to nowhere, which is the sidewalk on the south side of Pelham Parkway, but on the median between the main road and the service road. Mostly it's at the service road, so when a driver parks on the left-hand side of the service road, they're getting out on a sidewalk. That sidewalk was not shovel plowed or anything like that. And the second sidewalk that was brought to the attention was on Seymour Avenue, on the north side, between, it's a sidewalk for that little, there's a sidewalk at that little roadway that connects the main road and then you go from the main road to the service road to the main road, across from Jacoby Hospital. Neither one was shoveled, and the one at Seymour is only a block long, and it's near a hospital. So we was wondering if you know who's actually responsible for shoveling these newly manufactured sidewalks. I shouldn't say newly, but recently manufactured sidewalks.
And Charles, can you state your title again, just for the minutes?
Hi, yes. My name is Charles Handress. My title is Administrative Park and Recreation Manager. I oversee most of the parks in districts 11 and 12. And you'll have to forgive me. I don't know if it was my mic or your mic, but I was having some trouble hearing you for some of those specific parts. I heard Seymour Avenue, and I heard some sidewalks on the south side of the parkway near Jacoby. Is that correct?
Well, Seymour is actually the north side. But it is by Jacoby. So yes, you did hear that. The other sidewalk is from White Plains Road all the way down to basically Stiller Avenue. They put what people have referred to it since the mid 2000s now, sidewalk to nowhere. Because the sidewalk really doesn't lead anywhere. So we was wondering who's responsible for shoveling those areas. Because the sidewalk to nowhere was put there basically to make things ADA accessible. But it's not accessible if you can't get it out your vehicle or use the sidewalk in general.
Okay, I'm trying to visualize on Google Maps exactly where you're talking about, but if I can't get you an answer tonight, then just send me, if you could, an overview on Google Maps of the area that you're mentioning, and I'll go check it out. But generally speaking, Parks Department, we will clear any of the paved pedestrian pathways along Pelham Parkway. Most of those I know are on the north side. That should include the Seymour Avenue side. The Seymour Avenue sidewalk on the north side of the parkway. Our teams also will do, for example, the bus stops along the parkway, especially on the south end of the parkway, where you have all those bus stops that are kind of in the middle of the main road and the service road. So we'll clear up those as well. I'm not sure about some of the sidewalks on the very, very south end. If it's in front of Jacoby, then that wouldn't be us. But if it's on that in between divider between the main road and the service road, and especially if it's those ramps that lead to those bus stops, that should be us, I believe, but I can double check for you.
Okay, and what was your email again so I could send you those overviews?
I could put it in the chat if that's easier.
Why is there any live streams?
Debbie, can I ask a quick question?
Yeah,
Regarding snow removal. I also noticed that, and I don't remember exactly what part of the parkway because I was driving, but I did notice it was definitely on the westbound side of the parkway because I was driving west. So I remember that much. But there was a fire hydrant that wasn't, that was still covered in snow. Like you could kind of see the top of it. Is that your responsibility or FDNY?
But it depends on where those hydrants are. If they're along the pedestrian pathways that are within
it was on.
the
It was
park.
It was like I was driving west, and it was on the left side, so there wasn't a pedestrian pathway there at all.
yeah, because I know there's a few near
Like in the median, in the middle.
few near Williamsbridge Road. There's
Yeah, it might have been near Williamsbridge. I just don't remember the exact cross streets because I was driving, but I do remember seeing that out of the corner of my eye, and I was like, "Wow, that's not being covered like that."
Generally speaking, if it's like right on that main road, that main artery that's going westbound, that's usually going to be DOT, I believe. But again, I could check with some of our staff because we actually have two different teams that handle Pelham Parkway. It's a little inside baseball. We have one crew that does a lot of like the main arteries with like a vehicle, and then we have another team that goes in by hand and hand shovels, especially like the bus stops and things like that. So yeah, I'll send in the email, and then just if you have those exact areas, I can follow up with you.
I also have a question, Charles. So I live across the street from Bronx Park, and we noticed that the sidewalks are shoveled, but the actual accessible entrances to get to the sidewalk, none of those are ever shoveled. And so,
Are you referring about the pit ramps, you mean?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, I'm just curious why, like, we see people shoveling, but then they don't shovel those. And you can't really access the park because it's a mound of snow. And so just the responsibility of who's supposed to do that. And if the parks are shoveling the sidewalks next to the park, how come they're not doing, what do you call those?
Head ramps.
The ped ramps. Kind of defeats the purpose. And for FG, the reason it's not being live streamed is because we didn't have a quorum. The video will be up tomorrow. Sorry, go ahead, Charles.
Okay. So you're speaking about the pedestrian ramps that go
Okay,
into
thank
the
you.
park, right?
Thank you for that response, but I've been blocked from the chat room, so I can't even post thank you. But anyhow, thank you for your response. Because someone stopped me from typing on the chat room. Okay, thank you.
No problem. So regarding the pedestrian ramps, so generally speaking, when Parks is going to be clearing the snow, and as was mentioned before, we did get hit pretty hard this year. I'm hoping that we are done with the snow for the season. But generally speaking, we will target, especially if it's a school day coming up, we'll target, the jointly operated playgrounds. We will target the sidewalks so that people can walk safely. When we do the sidewalks, we do the crosswalks and the pedestrian ramps as well. However, when DSNY or state DOT, if it's DOT plowing some of the roads, when they come by with their plows, just like you get your cars shoveled in if you park on the right-hand side of the street, so too does that happen with the crossings and the pedestrian ramps. As soon as they come by, they pile up the snow, it piles up onto the corners, and then you have that mountain that you have to get over to get into and onto the sidewalk. And sometimes while we're going through all our different sites, we don't have a chance to keep coming back to that same pedestrian ramp to re-excavate it each time a DSNY plow or DOT plow has come by. So we're aware of the issue, and we are trying to remedy it as fast as we can while still hitting all of our other sites and making sure that those sidewalks are accessible.
Yeah, no, like I said before, those two storms were obscene. So I understand some of it, but like I said, with like the Seymour stuff, that was even brought to my attention in one of the minor storms in December. So, and I even had witnessed that firsthand on Seymour. So that's why I was kind of like, whose responsibility is it to do certain sidewalks? So I appreciate your answers.
I'd like to know who does where the 12 bus, the west going 12 bus goes, because that was only done at the corners, and the bus stops in such a way that you have to walk over snow to get to the street because it doesn't come to the curb. So who does the bus stops? For that particular one?
I'm sorry, I don't know the exact location that you're referring to off the top of my head, but generally, if it is the road itself, that's not going to be Parks. But if it's going to be the bus stops that are on those sidewalks that are there, the sidewalks and the bus stops would be cleared by Parks usually, if it's on the parkway.
So that particular one is, and there's a park in back of it as well, with seating. It's between Boston Road and White Plains Road. The 12 bus going westbound, the limited 12 or whatever they call it now.
Yeah, the select 12,
12.
White Plains Road.
That block was only cleaned on the corners and a narrow ribbon from each corner to each corner. So people have to climb over snow to get onto the bus because the bus does not come to the sidewalk. There's space between the sidewalk and where the bus stops, and there are mounds of snow going all through that block. Yeah, it's near the train. That whole block. People have to climb over snow drafts to get to the bus or stand in the street to get on the bus.
Yeah, you're right.
Oh,
Exactly.
yeah.
It's very unsafe.
Okay, all right. The snow's gone now, right? Because I've actually seen some piles of snow still, and I'm like, we've had a couple of days of 60 degrees. How is this snow still here?
It's not safe.
Yeah. All right. I appreciate your answers that you did give us, and I hope and pray we're done with the snow for this current season.
It's done.
Right. All right. So we're moving to the next thing on the agenda. Eli Avenue flooding. Now, this particular is between, it's over behind by, where the Pelham Diner was,
Okay.
at Home Depot. So you had the Pelham Diner to the right, and, that motel to your right, and Home Depot on your left. It gets so flooded over there, even in going through it in my school bus was scary. The kid that was on my bus at the time was like, wait a minute, does this thing come out with canoes or something? It was that flooded. So,
Out to that nursing home, right?
no, it was from Home Depot
Yes.
to the, but it's just that whole block from Waring to Glenville Road.
But that.
Yeah, but there's also other flooding in that other area, but that particular one
Was very bad.
was very bad. So we need to find out what can be done about this.
You mean in terms of drainage?
Yes, because I have not observed any sewers over there for it to drain to. So we have to see if somehow they could put more sewer lines over there. Because, yes, also in front of the nursing home, on Gardner Road, that too is bad. But, the one on Eli was worse.
Okay.
The one on Eli was worse. The one on Glen Hill, if you hang tight enough to the left, you're kind of safe. But,
To the right.
yeah.
Okay.
So in that area, we need to find out
Who?
who or how we can get more drainage. More sewers or something like that.
Drains out.
Yeah.
Is that
That would-
on the DOT?
That would be under DEP, I would think.
Department of, yeah. Yeah.
So,
Sewage, yeah, you're right, Tom.
so we need to reach out to DEP to find out about getting some more sewers over in that area. I know historically, years before any of us were probably even born, it probably has something to do with the area having been a swamp area. Same thing with over on Seymour and Pelham Parkway. There used to be a little creek that came through, which is the reason of a lot of the flooding over there. But they need to do some more drainage.
Yeah, or retention tanks.
Yeah.
To hold on.
Yeah. Okay, so I guess, we've gotta draft up a formal letter for
DP.
DP. Okay, next thing on the agenda is alternate side of the street signage request. Where was that?
You said DEP, right?
DEP,
Department.
Environment.
mental section. The signage request. Oh, I didn't print that out. There was, I guess it's more currently right now, it's in an FYI stage. Jeremy had forwarded, I believe he forwarded to all of us. A signage request for Seminole Street, not to be confused with Seminole Avenue. So Seminole Street is over near still between Stiller and Eastchester Road. Like not the street directly in front of the 49th precinct. I think the next block down, I believe, is Seminole Street. There was a request for alternate side of the street parking there. But this, I think we need to also have a joint meeting with transportation, because if you're talking parking, you're talking park.
Transportation, yeah.
So I think this, we need to have a joint meeting with transportation.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was more of an FYI email that somebody in that area is looking to get alternate side of the street parking. He was advised, that, you have to have a certain percentage. He has to petition the block and get a certain percentage of people on the block.
Who's saying for it?
Yeah, who's in agreement of it.
Yeah.
I believe also is mentioned in the email that this particular person's father had once asked the board. And, so it seems that it's been a request for some time, but it's, right now it's stopped in the tracks because nobody did the petition. So, like I said, this was more of an FYI on here. Okay. Number 7, shortening the committee name. Yeah, I agree with Lisa. Hold on a second, where did Lisa go? I agree with Lisa. Park, sanitation, and environment.
Yeah, let's just make it a little bit shorter.
Yeah.
Make
So-
our lives easier.
So, being we got quorum here.
I can't really hear you too well. I don't know. It's like you're kind of breaking up a little bit. And I thought it was me, but then Charles said he was hearing it too. So it might be the mics in the office. Might be. Are they blocked by like
No.
something?
So up here in the air.
Oh, they're in the air. I don't know. Maybe they have dust in them or something. I don't know. Like you kind of get a little garbled sometimes. Not always, but just like a little bit.
I know there was a different issue on Monday, but that was more of a camera issue.
Yes.
And yesterday there was a remote auditory issue, but that was somebody else. And then today, I don't know, it's not left.
I don't know. I'll mention it to Jeremy. I don't know if he's still on, but I'll send him a text.
Are you guys in agreement with
Yeah.
Parks, Sanitation, and Environment, or do you have a different suggestion?
No, I'll second.
Are you,
Yeah, what?
Parks, Sanitation, and Environment, you're in agreement with that?
Remember, hi
Cynthia
guys,
had
it's
like some
Cynthia.
different. Oh, yeah, there you go, Cynthia. I was going to reiterate what you said
Sorry,
in the email. But go
hi
ahead.
guys. Yes, I did send a few suggestions. Just remember that it's going to require a bylaw amendment. So, whatever you guys decide, I sent Lisa some names. I'm driving right now, so I just want to pay attention. But
Yeah, give me a
just
second. I'm going to look
remember
them
it
up right now.
Thanks, I'm gonna mute myself.
That's the bylaws.
Yes.
We're good, yeah. So,
The safe center.
okay, yeah, so,
Well, I'm trying to find the email that
yeah.
Cindy
I make a
said.
motion for,
Here it is. I got it. It
Yeah.
was
make a
Parks
mo-
and Sanitation, Parks and Environment, Parks and Public Spaces, Clean and Green, Environment and Recreation.
That's too much.
Yeah.
Well, it's
No, I'm sorry. Those are different suggestions. That's not all one line. That's not all one name. So number 1, Parks and Sanitation. Number 2, Parks and Environment. Number 3, Parks and Public Spaces. Number 4, Parks, Sanitation and Environment. Number 5, Clean and Green. Number 6, Environment and Recreation.
Yeah, we're in agreement to. What was it? What was number 4?
Number 4 was the one that I suggested, Parks, Sanitation and Environment.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
That's the one? Okay.
so I make a motion that this committee be renamed Parks, Sanitation, and Environment Committee.
That's it.
Second. I'll second.
And second by Lisa.
All in favor?
Third.
So what do we have to do to make it a bylaw? I don't know what that process is.
Set. Who's for it?
No, you want to do a discussion?
The discussion?
Oh, sorry, discussion.
Discussion?
Is there a quorum? Sorry.
Yes.
Yeah, quorum came in after we started the meeting.
All right. I mean, you can always just email me the suggestion, and then I can present it at the full board, and then we can bring it to bylaws, and then they can, talk about, But go ahead.
So, so you said yes?
Yes.
Yes.
Everybody in this room said yes? And Lisa, you said yes to this, to park sanitation environment?
Yes, I did.
Okay. Any no's? No. Any exceptions? No. This passes unanimously.
Yes.
Okay, gallery session.
Yeah, no.
Mm, Anybody want to speak of anything else? Anything parks, sanitation, or environmental related? Okay.
I do have a question for Parks since they're here. It looks like I drive past the construction for the new staircase on Bronx Park East to go to the botanical gardens, like the staircase and the ramp, and it looks like it's almost finished. Do you have an estimated date of when that will be opened up?
Oh, that's for Charles.
The 16th, right?
That one is technically not in my maintenance district, with the park's internal district, so I don't know. I don't have an answer for you on that one. Sorry.
Could you find out for us?
It's
Yeah, I can ask the.
Okay.
Thank you.
the East, at least it's scheduled for March 16th.
Oh,
So
okay.
next week.
Oh,
And
next week. Yeah, it does look almost done. So I was like, oh, this looks great. I wonder what is happening. So, awesome.
Pekka wants to plan, BPECA, sorry, BPECA is planning a celebration day with groups to walk the ramp into the gardens for a weekend day soon. Want to,
Oh, that'll be nice.
Okay.
Okay.
Any other old business? Lisa, any old business?
Nope.
Any new business?
No.
And
nope.
all right, no new business, no old business. I make a motion for this meeting to be adjourned,
Second.
and it was seconded by Junior. Well, and the time now is 7:48, and I thank you very much for everybody that attended and their patience with us. Thank you very much, and
Thank you.
have a great week.
Good night. Good night, folks.
There was a.
Hey, everybody.
Have a good night, guys.